Eine Frage. Wie schnell war der Aufschlag?
150 km/h.
Wie lang war der Drive?
229 Meter.
Wie lange hast du geschlafen?
7 Stunden, 54 Minuten.
Letzte Frage. Trainierst du deinen Körper und deinen Geist mit der Achtsamkeit?
Ja, genau das mache ich.
Wir alle haben Fragen und die neue Apple Watch Series 7 hat die Antworten. Auf dem bisher größten und fortschrittlichsten Display. Die Zukunft der Gesundheit am Handgelenk. Lieferengpässe möglich. Erfordert ein iPhone 6s oder neuer App aus dem App Store, Abo erforderlich.
Hey, so here I am. You might not know me, which would not be a big surprise because this is me making an English podcast. Why? As you can probably hear, I'm a non-English speaker in mother tongue. My name is Svenja, which is a Swedish name, although I'm not from Sweden. I'm from Germany. In this podcast, I made some notes and I wrote about what I'm going to talk about to you today, but this is always me making plans. And I found out in life that the best moments come when you stop making plans and just start trusting the universe and start trusting what's around you and what life has to offer for you. So this is me not checking into my notes constantly. This is me just talking to you. And I do hope you have some time to relax. You have some time to drink a tea or a coffee or whatever you like and just dive into my story with me, because this one's going to be a bit about my story. I try to not tell my story too often, because whenever I tell my story, I identify with my story again. And there are some parts in it that I like to call the past, and I like to be not the person that defines herself through this story. If you hear pause in the background, like you probably just did, that's one of my dogs. I've got 3 rescued mutts from Romania, which I saved from the streets. And I didn't train them to, I wish I could, I didn't train them to be quiet whenever I do my recording for my original podcast, which is a German podcast, a very successful German podcast by now, that is. They just walk through the room. They sit down next to me. They notice my energy level rising, and they just come and check what's happening. So I hope you're okay with it, because I'm not going to delete it, or I'm not going to make this new. And you will find this in this podcast repeatedly, that I am authentically doing stuff just the way it is right now, because I'm not good at perfection. I dropped perfection. I like things to be done better than to have them in a perfect way and never get them out. So yeah, you will just get to know me exactly the way I am, which is full of flaws. Full of flaws, I like this. And just tiny little me exploring the world. So when I started my podcast in May 2020, I didn't expect it to be this big. I think in Germany I was under the top 10 podcasts of spirituality in December 2020, which is, there are big names. And then there's me, and I'm like, oh God, people do actually make the best of what I'm saying, and they're actually so interested in the sense of being and the deeper questions of life, and just somehow interested in me, which is, I think everybody knows that. This moment of wondering, wow, people people are interested in my story. And my story, I probably, I think it's probably a story you should be interested in because, I mean, who do you know who died twice? Well, I did. Actually, my body died 6 times. I have a very rare autoimmune disease that's called Evans syndrome, and it's, I think, 1 in 1 million person uh, gets that, and well, it's kind of winning the lottery, but backwards. So yeah, that's something I live with, and that's gonna be something like the fundamental idea underneath everything I'm teaching today. I work as a coach and a mentor. I do have 3 companies by now. Started from being a teacher for 7 years, and then got this sickness and got my immune system got suppressed, and yeah, with Corona, I started to not go to school anymore, not work at the school anymore, because I was allowed to stay home, do homeschooling from my place. And I didn't feel like I'm part of the educational system anymore. So I went into the online world and try to find out how can I bring my ideas into the world. How can I train teachers in a way more it's actually kind of a new way of teaching kids, including meditation, including, I don't know if you know, NLP, including finding out who they really, really are, finding out what are their values, what's important for them to live, to define them. Where's their integrity? How can they give themselves to the world in a way that makes them happy without functioning? Finding out what they really are here for. That's what I brought into school, and that's kind of an educational system that I put into an online course, and it went I don't know, can you say it went viral with these things? But I think it did. Anyways, I found out what's possible in the online world and what I can do for kids all over Germany and Austria and Switzerland by just teaching these methods to as many colleagues as I could. Yeah, so I stopped being a teacher, and I started being a coach and a mentor, and went on to personal coaching. Gave seminars, gave courses about how to heal from autoimmune and chronic diseases. Found out what really makes us sick. Found many ways of not not living a life that makes you happy or that fulfills you, and got into personal development and all of these seminars and these programs, and I just really got to my own core. And yeah, you need to know, maybe yeah, that's probably important for you to know, I grew up in a shamanic system. So my uncle got how do you say, got educated, got trained. You will find me having problems finding words again and again, and you just have to bear with me because I'm doing my best, but it's not always working. My uncle I'm just gonna say, got trained, got educated, whatever, in the US and in Nepal in 1986, and then came back to Germany and had his sweat lodges here and his seminars here and the trance drumming. And yeah, he doesn't have any kids, so I was kind of the next in the line, and I grew up with this system, with everything around me having a soul and everything being worth as much as me. So every animal has the same right to live like I do. And that's a hard thing, to grow up in a normal system with normal kids. I always felt like I was really strange and far away from the realities of other kids. yeah, so I've always been a bit different. And I always like to ask myself the big questions of life. The why are we here questions, the how can I fulfill my purpose? And how far can I get off the road? And what does my body have to do? How sick do I have to get? So I realize I'm not on this road anymore. My soul sees that I'm not about to fulfill the purpose I came for, so it needs to make my body sick and tell me, "Way, you need to stop. You need to get onto your road, or we're gonna start again. You're gonna have the next chance." Because that's what I truly and deeply believe in, that we as a human being are just pure souls. I think, and this is not in a love and light and everything is peace way. It's in the, you will always find me following the logic paths. I need everything to make sense. I love physics, I love quantum physics, I love epigenetics, I love everything that explains to me why I feel what I feel and what our brains are able to do. And you will find a lot of manifestation magic in my story and in my content, and I hope I can inspire you by that. I truly believe that we are souls that are here to experience ourselves and to find ourselves in the low and in the high of the life, and to enjoy both aspects of being. Because I mean, we rate things as negative or positive. I think our souls do have this one quality that is like that is something like your guiding light through your life. You will find this quality in your pain and in your happiness, in whatever experiences your soul decides it wants to experience them. And some of us choose a lot of pain, and some of us choose deep happiness. And I think it's up to us to decide in how deeply we want to connect with this quality. This will become way clearer when I when I start doing my single episodes. I will let you dive deep into my thoughts and into my theories and also into my near-death experiences, because there is something really peaceful in dying. There is something really relieving the stress, all of the pressure in you. When you make these experiences, you change, definitely you change to be someone else than you were before. And I think that's the meaning of experiencing something like that. I don't know if you believe in human design. I love human design because it just explains so well who we are, why we are like this, and how to how to deal with ourselves. And in human design, it says, "I came here to be put into corners by life in order to find sense." And that's exactly what's been happening throughout my life. I always need drama. I always need the special way. Whatever I do, I'm a manifester. That's a type in human design. And as a manifester, I am able to just do stuff out of nothing. I just create things and they become reality, and they are successful. And I mean, by now I've become it's possible for me to just work 2 hours a day and have a 5-figure month. And I would never thought that something like this exists. But yeah, just give me an idea. I will test it, I will try it, and I will make it. And that's something very magical. So yes, there will be a few episodes about human design as well. So you can look forward to that. I've been writing 2 books last year, one of them with a publisher, and my new book is going to be out in I hope, I do hope March, but I think we're not gonna make it, so probably April. But I'm right now translating my first book, and that's gonna be ready to be sold soon. I don't know what's the title gonna be yet, but I will keep you updated. So all of my coaching input, all of my suggestions how to find your own happiness are in this book, mostly if you're chronically ill or if you have an autoimmune disease. Then sister, brother, I feel you. I found my way out of it, and I do believe, I truly believe that our body is just the stage for the drama in our heads. And yeah, there's going to be a few episodes on that topic as well. So what's this podcast about? If I should have a headline written for this, well, it's of living and dying, sure, but I think it's my wish to empower you to take or to clarify your role in this world. Answer the question, what did I came for in this world? And to sit down on your own throne and take your heritage and be your higher self. Be the best, find the best version of yourself and enjoy your lower selves. We came not to be some spiritual beings. We could have just stayed souls if that was the goal. I'm convinced that we came with an ego for a purpose. So for me, it's not the goal to sit down and breathe and try to get rid of your ego, because I enjoy being my lower self sometimes. I enjoy my mistakes. I enjoy my drama. I enjoy me being small and needy and just childish, stupid. That's what life's about too, and who am I to try to get that out of my highest version? So when I speak of your higher self or your best version, I always mean the one that's happy. And if you can't define your happiness, if you don't know how it feels to be truly and utterly happy without saying but, or without saying if only it's gonna happen, I'm gonna be happy. If you haven't been at this point in the last, let's say, 8 weeks or 12 weeks, and we got something to work on. And I do hope I can inspire you with my thoughts to show you the bright side of life. No matter how big the pile of shit is that you're standing in, there's always a way out. And believe me, I've been there. So I'm gonna start off probably with some chapters of my book. I'm gonna be talking about manifestation. I'm gonna be talking about universal algorithms. Of course, I'm also gonna speak about the law of attraction, because that's how I build my life, and believe me, it's a dream life by now. And I'm always gonna be just me, and that's enough. Okay, so maybe you do want to know just a few facts. I'm 32. I think I am. Yeah, I am. There's a point in your life where you need to make the math to find out how old you are. So yeah, I'm 32. I am not married. I don't have kids. I do have kids. I have 3 dogs and I have 2 cats, and I live with them in the countryside in Germany, on a former farm built in 1853. I love this place. It's huge, and I love having space, and I love sitting at the piano, and I love drawing, and I love what else do I love? I love reading. I love Zooming these days because, Corona. COVID got me as well. I'm gonna talk about that in an episode 2. But yeah, I am a twin. I do have a twin brother. If you hear this, I love you. I know you think I don't, but I do. Can't say often enough. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about what you should be doing before. Well, I'm gonna be talking a lot about death because I want to take the fear of death away from you if I can, because that's one of the things that's gonna make you, can I say unstoppable? Because if you take away your fears, then everything that's left is trust. So, okay, I think I blurred enough. Yeah, I'm just gonna press stop now, and I do hope you enjoy my podcast. If you can, click on something. I don't even know where you're probably gonna listen to this on iTunes. You can just subscribe to this podcast. I will see how the numbers go. I'm very excited because my German podcast has like 1,000 listeners a day, and I'm gonna be like, oh, where are the first 10 listeners gonna be in this English podcast? This is an adventure for me, and I don't know, I'm looking forward to having interview guests. I'm looking forward to, I don't know, I definitely have some people in mind that I really want to have on this podcast, and it's gonna happen in this year. I'm quite sure it's gonna happen. Okay, so still blind. I'm very sorry. You go have the best day of your life because you make it. You decide. And make it the best day of your life. What do you need now to make this day the best day of your life? To care well for yourself. Be kind to yourself. And yeah, I'm gonna be talking to you in the next episode. So, see you then. Bye bye.
Eine Frage. Wie schnell war der Aufschlag?
150 km/h.
Wie lang war der Drive?
229 Meter.
Wie lange hast du geschlafen?
7 Stunden, 54 Minuten.
Letzte Frage. Trainierst du deinen Körper und deinen Geist mit der Achtsamkeit?
Ja, genau das mache ich.
Wir alle haben Fragen und die neue Apple Watch Series 7 hat die Antworten auf dem bisher größten und fortschrittlichsten Display. Die Zukunft der Gesundheit am Handgelenk. Lieferengpässe möglich. Erfordert ein iPhone 6s oder neuer App aus dem App Store, Abo erforderlich.